Hi, my name is Aaron Shaw and I'm the founder of MoveMend.
This is Sam Watkins here, physical therapist and certified strength and conditioning specialist at MoveMend.
I started MoveMend to change the model of health and fitness by bridging the gap between rehabilitation and performance training. First of all, what we got to recognize is that the world of rehabilitation speaks a different language than the world of fitness. And specifically, I started this practice to bring these worlds together because the problem when there's miscommunication, when these disciplines are on different wavelengths, that what is compromised is your health, your performance. What I want to talk to you about in this video is some of the many problems that we see in both the rehab world and in the fitness world, and how they affect us, how they affect you, and how we're going to solve those problems.
Could be a situation where you've worked with a great physical therapist. They've gotten you from they've helped you get from a really low point in terms of your injury to a place where you're able to go to the gym and work out on your own and work towards these goals. But maybe they don't have the skill set to work with you towards more of these performance goals, or maybe you're stuck in this insurance model and they're handcuffed in that they can't continue to see you regularly enough and give you the guidance you need.
On the other side of this problem, we have the fitness industry world. And the problem with the fitness industry world, and I say this knowing that I'm also part of this fitness industry world because I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist, but 99% of personal trainers that are out there, people who identify as fitness instructors that are out there, aren't good. I'm sorry to say it, but most personal trainers have very limited knowledge on physiology, very limited knowledge on exercise science. And with that said, there are some that are absolutely awesome, and I refer to them and trust many of them with sending my clients to after they've been discharged from rehab.
An all too common story we hear is that people have been through various bouts of rehab, seen PTs, seen trainers, seen different physicians, and they eventually get better. Then they get to a point where they're trying to work towards their performance goals, get back to full fitness, get back to being strong again, and eventually they reach a point where either they plateau or they have a flare-up. They have a big setback. They're back to square one.
Working with an off-the-shelf trainer or an app or a PDF or following social media and trying to get as fit as possible is not effective. It is simply not good enough for you. It's not good enough for people that have lofty goals. It's not good enough for people that have been injured before and are trying to recover from an injury. There is something better, and that's what I'm going to talk to you about.
If you're watching this, you've likely gone through some of these different routes and are still watching because you don't have an answer to this problem. And inevitably, this leads to a lack of motivation. You're going to lose that fire to try to reach some of these goals if you're constantly taking 2 steps forward and 1 step back.
So that's a huge problem, and that is the number one reason why I started MoveMend, was to change this model of rehab and fitness because they're too far apart. And unfortunately, those of us that like to be active, I just want to be active, you just want to be active. And whether you call it rehab or therapy or fitness or performance, whatever, you just want to go play tennis, you just want to run, you just want to pick up your kids and not worry about having aches and pains. You want to go for hikes, you want to do all of these things, but you can't because there's a disconnect between these two worlds.
I'm a physical therapist, I'm a doctor of physical therapy, and also I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist. I specialize in bridging that gap between performance and rehab.
So stay tuned for our next video where you're going to learn the solution to this problem.